Lincoln.
Come on, it's 6 o'clock. Rise and shine, rise and shine.
It's time for Early Break. Brought to you by Gaina Trucking. Live from Lincoln, America. Here's Jake Sorensen.
Did seem kind of meh.
Husker Online, Steve Sipple.
Surprisingly good.
And longtime college football assistant coach, Bill Busch.
I want to buy a couple ducks.
I'm bringing 2 ducks to the office.
This is Early Break.
Good morning. Happy Friday to you, Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, Early Break, Bill Busch out today. He will call at some point in the 7 o'clock hour as we are on our final pregame show of the year. Potentially, we hope it's not. It's for sure the final regular season pregame show.
Oh, yeah, don't say that.
This is a Friday edition of Early Break. The pregame show will actually begin at 8, but this show will also be pregame to the pregame. You guys can call or text 402-464-5685 because it is Beat Iowa Day here in Lincoln, Nebraska. Let's go!
There you go. Jeez, you're unbelievable.
You got to bring the energy. You know?
I was hoping you'd have energy.
You have to.
I was hoping we'd get. Well, you're always that way. I was going to say I was hoping we'd get that Jake, but that's the Jake we always get.
Well, I'm trying to do what I can here. You know,
we need energy. It's a little sleepy right now, but it's 6 o'clock. I don't know, Jake. Do people? I know we do this every year, but do people work today? Are people working?
You guys can tell us with the roll call right now. 402-464-5685. What's your name? Where are you listening from? Your age, and are you working today?
That's a good one.
It is a Friday. There's an 11 o'clock football game here in Lincoln, Nebraska. It'll be a packed house of Iowa fans, Nebraska fans. Hawkeyes have already clinched the division. They're going to the Big Ten title game next Saturday. Nebraska's trying to win 2 straight against Iowa and also get to a bowl game for the first time since 2016. A lot on the line for the Huskers, not as much for Iowa. Again, they are going for a 10-win season.
That's pretty big.
But they've already won the division. And they would love nothing more than to probably keep Nebraska once again out of a bowl game because of what happened last year in Iowa City.
So we're doing a roll call.
We are.
And we're going to, you're going to say, are you working? Yeah, that's a good one. Just keep it at that. I was going to say maybe favorite truck stop food, but
that's good too, though.
Yeah. You could do both.
Okay. Well,
yes. And this
name, age, where listening from. Are you going to are you working today? And favorite truck stop food. Yeah. How about that?
Or any of those.
That's not too much
fine.
to ask for, is it? It's not too much. Okay, we got a response. Here we go. We got Turner in Fort Myers, Florida. He says he's 27 years old. Nebraska wins 15-7 today.
Ooh, that'd be nice. That'd be good. We've
got Dairy Bro in Seward getting chores done before heading to the game.
Good job, Dairy Bro.
In the cold out there.
Good job.
Way to go. Paul in Dodge City says no work today for him.
That's right.
Anonymous Cubs fan says he's going goose hunting, day off in Philly, Nebraska.
Philly, yeah. A lot of people will have the day off, Jake.
Yeah.
Now, but, I know people are working because I see a bus running outside.
Yep.
Bus goes by. Stopped at McDonald's. Same 2 guys that serve me every morning when I stop anyway are there. They're working. So there's people working, right?
That's good.
You see them. See the buses, Jake?
I saw a bus drive by. I did. I'm gonna judge this also off of people that are watching us on the stream. So you guys can tell us. You guys can always comment there too. Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, Twitter. It's a little slow this morning because people are probably still waking up. I get that. Hey, I have a turkey hangover every year.
Yeah, and it's sort of a weekend holiday.
It really is. It's a 4-day thing. We're up and at it.
We're doing the show though, and there are other people doing live shows. Last night, Jake, while you're waiting for people to weigh in on the local,
your guys, they're there.
What? Well, you know what I heard?
What'd you hear?
I was surfing around because I was driving a lot yesterday, and I was surfing the talk radio, and I heard our old friend Rob Parker. It was awesome.
I love Rob Parker. Chris, you're crazy, man. Chris,
Jake.
Rob Parker, formerly of Fox Sports Radio.
He's my favorite radio personality in sports.
Rob Parker.
He is. He eviscerated the Lions.
You're out of control, Chris. The Lions are SOL. Same old Lions.
he was in rare form last night because he worked in the Detroit market for 20 years. Rob Parker is who we're talking about. You can Google him, everybody. He is legitimately outside the ticket my favorite radio host, Rob Parker. He worked in the Detroit market for 20 years, so he knows all about the Lions. And he just eviscerated them. He said there was no surprise yesterday that the Lions lost. That's just the Lions, and they're not that good. And quit talking about them being that good.
Well, I'm going to push back. They are good. They're good. They had a bad game. The Packers played well.
They won 3 in a row, but they beat 3 bad teams. They got lucky doing it.
They should have beat. They beat the Bears in a comeback fashion.
Right.
They shouldn't have lost yesterday, but the Packers played a good game.
Yeah.
Listen, the
Chargers.
Lions,
They had beaten the Chargers.
Lions. Okay, for SOL for the Lions. Yeah, they are trying to find their way and prove they're a contender. Prove that they're for real. That's not easy to do.
No, it's
they're
not.
8-3 still though. They're 8-3. So let's give them a break, Rob Parker. More from the roll call. Back to the roll call. Railroader Matt in Lincoln, age 39, just got off work. Night shift.
Railroader Matt. I haven't heard from my cuz lately.
We haven't heard from Cousin Dipple yet, have we? Yeah.
I'm starting to feel bad.
We got Sean in Eagle, 61 years old. He's working right now, but he's going to the game. So that's early morning shift right there.
See, people got some complications today.
My guy Jesse from Beatrice right now working at the Courtyard Marriott here in Lincoln. He says, Iowa sucks, go Big Red.
All right, he's working at the Courtyard Marriott.
That's right. Bird who in Columbus? It's for Bill. Not working, about to crack a beer. It's 6:07 a.m., by the way.
Not working.
His brother's picking him up, and then they're heading to Lincoln here shortly.
All right.
That's Tyson, a.k.a. Bird in Columbus.
What he's cracking? What do you think he's cracking? Busch Light?
Yingling.
No.
Yingling. Greg in Fishers, Indiana, ready to work for a half day. Go Big Red. He's going to work a half day.
All right.
Russ is 57 on his way to work. He likes fried chicken, by the way, at the guest truck stop.
That's a good call.
Patrick in Norfolk, age 33. He's working up until kickoff at 11.
All right. And
I appreciate the breakers up early working. This makes us feel good today.
I do. I appreciate I appreciate anybody who's up listening today. I do.
It is. It's Fletch in Phillips, 55 years old, not working. He's going to the game.
Okay.
By the way, come by the station. Doors are opening probably at 7:30. I'm going to assume for pregame. Our pregame show starts at 8, but we'll have coffee. You can get fancy stuff in that coffee.
Yeah.
Alcohol is available here at the mill. You can buy that.
Oh, you can. Is it?
It's available.
Okay.
You can buy beer, wine, spirits, Bailey's in your coffee. Why not?
Bourbon.
I'm sure they have that
Yes.
here. Jeff in Waverly, Minnesota with us this morning. He's age 57. He's not working today.
Okay.
John in Greeley, Colorado, working today, so he's bringing the tablet into the office to watch the game. Respect.
Nice.
John
nice.
Greeley.
Yeah. Hey, by the way, we really appreciate these people. My God. Thank you.
Dave in Fullerton is a mailman. He works at 8 a.m. today.
Okay.
Yep. Casey in Topeka, 53 years old, working the first Black Friday of his life.
Is that right?
How about that?
I wonder what spurred that. Doesn't matter. Just get it done.
Scott in Cortland with this. Jason in Ravenna. He says he's a garbage guy. He says trash has to be picked up.
So the trash.
Respect. Yeah. Salute you, Jason in Ravenna. We appreciate that.
My neighbor had about, I don't know, 2,700 pounds of trash out on his driveway.
How much did you put in that pile?
None. I hope somebody comes and gets it though. All right, go ahead. Keep going.
Stan and Bennett. Joe in Fort Myers, Florida, with his dog Rhett.
Rhett.
R-H-E-T-T. Rhett.
Yeah. If you got a dog with you, we'd like to hear that too.
Doug in Northwest Lincoln. We've got Tim in Phoenix. He's home today, and he likes Cool Ranch Doritos at the truck stop.
Okay. Well, that's a great call. That is a good call.
Our friend T and Davey, by the way, brought a spotted cow one time in the studio. T and Davey is going to be at Barry's at 8 o'clock this morning.
This is great.
He says, LFG, let's bleeping go.
Yes.
Go Big Red, T and Davey. Dana in Denver just woke up. It's 5:10 your time. I respect that.
I do.
It's early.
Yeah, we love our out-of-state listeners.
Mitt in Arkansas is, by the way, in Cozad for the holidays right now. So
wait a second, really?
Mitt from Arkansas is in Cozad.
He's right down the road.
He is. Tom in Lincoln here's on the way to the gym. Bill, is that our guy? Bill in Creighton? I think Bill Busch just texted in Creighton.
No way. You got to know his number.
Well, it's not saved on here. I don't know his area. It's not a 402 area code.
Bill in Creighton.
If that's you, Bill in Creighton, good morning.
If it's not Bill in Creighton, that's amazing.
That's it. I just look. It's definitely Bill Busch in Creighton. Thank you, Bill. Good to hear from you this morning.
Bill's listening. Hello, Bill. Hey, now Bill's not with us today in the studio.
He has a Utah number, by the way. That's why.
That's right.
I can tell it's Bill's number for sure. And Brown and Eli Iowa with us, as well as Pig Farmer of Waverly. So there you go. There's the roll call.
Bill will be back with us on Monday. Bill Busch, our wonderful friend. We'll man it today.
Yeah, he will call in, I think, in the 7 o'clock hour for some FSPs also for the weekend.
Good.
It's going to happen. But,
good.
All right, it is game day. Nebraska needs to get to a bowl game. Win today, you're bowl eligible. You asked me a very important question. I thought I'll take you back to yesterday. I'm in Beatrice with my family. I'm eating dinner, and I get a text from Sip saying, I got some show ideas for tomorrow. I said, wow, you are a saint.
Well, I was thinking
it's a pretty easy show in general, but I respect the idea, the certain way you're going for this. And it is game day here in Lincoln, Nebraska. Now, the Huskers did beat Iowa last year, but here's Sip's question, which I think is fair. And this plays into FSPs also.
I'm really interested in the response.
If Nebraska wins today against Iowa, Nebraska, by the way, is still favored in this football game. Are we talking about an FSP, a field storming possibility here in Lincoln, Nebraska? 464-5685. It would be the first bowl game since 2016.
There you go. That's it.
For Nebraska.
And I don't take it much further than that. I just wonder, Jake, if the level of relief would lead people out on that field. You know what the pushback is? We're a proud program. It's just Iowa. It's just, I don't subscribe to it's just Iowa. Nebraska hardly ever beats Iowa. It's not just Iowa anymore to us. They're 9-2. They're the division champs. But the relief factor to me is huge. How much? You know what this will do, Jake? For me, it'll help gauge how heavy that monkey feels on people's back. That Nebraska hasn't been to a bowl since the Music City Bowl in 2016. How heavy is it? If I see a outpouring of relief that maybe would even encompass people running out on the field, it tells me that it was pretty heavy. Pretty heavy.
Yeah, you're right. Iowa, you had lost to 7 straight years before last year.
Mm-hmm.
A bowl game used to be a given at Nebraska. It seemed like a given. And
it was part of the experience.
It was, and we've learned that the last 7 years that's not the case. They haven't done it since 2016.
Yeah,
a year they won 9 games, by the way. They won 9 games in 16.
Mm-hmm.
They made it with ease to a bowl game.
Mm-hmm.
They were 7-0 that season.
Yep.
Ever since then, 5 wins is the best you've had.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. And so I'm kind of torn on this.
Are you torn?
I'm a little bit torn because I don't want to give Iowa the satisfaction of, hey, beating us is worthy of a field score.
I got you. I know.
They have the worst offense in college football, and they're winning. They still have 9 wins. Kudos, credit to them. They have 9 wins. I don't want to give them the credit, though, of being worthy of a field storming. But at the same time, like you said, it's relief. It's the relief element. You might see people in their 90s on the field if Nebraska wins in the storming.
I don't know if you'll see a walker out there, but
I would encourage that.
Now, Jake, get over that part about giving Iowa too much credit. I think the fan base here, I'm not speaking for anybody, but I think we should be sufficiently humbled by now that we don't worry what Iowans are going to think, what Iowa fans are going to think. Jake, they'll snicker. They'll snicker if it happens. If there's a bunch of people, if there's hundreds of people that find their way out on the field after the game, Iowa fans, they'll snicker. Oh, great. You just won your 6th game and you're going to a bowl and you're going out on the field. Well, look how far your program's fallen. And you know what I say? Yeah, it has fallen.
We have fallen.
Yes.
You're right.
We have to be, I just think we have to look in the mirror and be real about this. This is reality. Jake, we got to quit pretending we're this exalted blue blood. Because guess what? Nobody looks at us like that except for us.
And
we're not exalted.
Some of us, not even all Nebraska. A lot of people in Nebraska. Not everyone, though.
No, I get it, though. Nebraska, I got to quit saying we. Nebraska is a proud program.
Let's not forget what happened just last week in college football. A proud program, Clemson, stormed the field after beating North Carolina. About the same ranking, lower ranking than Iowa. Iowa's ranked 16th right now.
That's a good example.
Iowa, despite all the miracle ways they win games, their defenses, and special teams helps them out incredibly. They're 9-2. It would be beating a team that's on the way to the Big Ten title game that is ranked. You're not being like a 6-6 team. It'd be embarrassing to beat a 6-6 team to go to a bowl game. That would be a little weird.
If you storm
Iowa's ranking almost deserves the potential of a field storming today.
FSP.
And I still would feel torn about the whole thing.
I'm the one that's supposed to feel torn because I'm older.
You beat Michigan, you beat Ohio State, you beat Penn State. I'm fine with a field storming no matter what. No matter what the situation. You could be 10-0. You beat them, storm the field. Why not?
Which teams?
Michigan, Ohio State, Penn State.
So you don't give Iowa that kind of respect.
Not storming the field. But again, I'm not going to sit here and say, wow, that's embarrassing for Nebraska if the fans storm the field, because it is, like you said, we'll say it again, it's the relief element here. 7 years of no postseason. Giant monkey off the back. First year of Matt Rule. We'll get to this in terms of will this forgive the sins of this November later on the show. But, okay, first year, check mark, got to a bowl game. We said before this year, 6-7 wins was most people's goal. Mm-hmm. Just get to the bowl game. Mm-hmm. Looked great at the end of October, and then you lost 3 straight games in November. This would be a huge finish, the check mark to get a bowl game. And as we look at 2024, that schedule off the bat is not daunting. Build some momentum and say we got the bowl game. We beat Iowa 2 straight years. We stormed the field to celebrate, and here we go.
Okay, I got a question for you. That was beautiful. Are you sure you're torn? You sound like you're one
in.
Yeah.
Well, here's the deal. I'll be at the game today.
Okay.
I like to party. I don't like to miss a party. I've missed several parties, but if I'm at the party, I want a chance to party. I will be on the field. If Nebraska wins and the field is stormed, I'll find my way onto the field. I'll videotape the situation. And
I don't think you're torn. I'm just reading.
It's the fact it's Iowa. That's why. That's why
you don't want to give them that, do you?
I don't want to give them the respect, but I also want to party and celebrate by getting to a bowl game and beating a ranked team and doing so. A ranked team that hasn't blown out anybody besides Rutgers this year.
And when it comes to that Iowa part of the discussion, Jake, humble yourself. Humble yourself. It's fine. Let them snicker. Let them snicker. Why do I care what Iowa fans think of us? I don't care.
We have response here. The texters have chimed in on okay. If you're just tuning in, the question is this: if Nebraska wins today against Iowa, they get bowl eligible. They won 2 straight games against the Hawkeyes. It's a ranked Hawkeyes team. Should Nebraska storm the football field? FSP, field storming possibility. Yes or no? 464-5685. Here's the response. Joe says absolutely not.
Oh boy. Okay, Joe. What does he give a reason?
He says not to sound hoity-toity.
Right. That's okay.
But we should and do expect to make a bowl game every year. But we do. But it's been 7 years, Joe. That's why there's
stop right there.
A conversation to be had.
Stop right there. See, I get Joe's thinking. I do, Joe. I understand, but you're thinking like Nebraska's still a top 25, an annual top 25 program. No, that's 7-year-old. That's 8. I mean, you're 8 years behind on this conversation.
Yes.
I respect it, Joe. I'm kind of like that. And by the way, I'm 57. I'm an objective reporter. I'm in a press box. I'm not storming. And it's not even, Jake, as you know.
I want to see Sip storm the field.
It's not even my style,
Please
right?
storm the field.
Would you say it's not my style?
If I see you on the way down to the field, I'm going to grab you and say, come on. Media stuff can wait. We're going to party for a little bit. You'll get there. Just tell them you were late. You were partying.
What else are you hearing?
From the text line, again, should Nebraska storm if Nebraska wins today? Ron says the younger folk should storm the field.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Why can't the older folk storm the field?
A few can. I'm
Sean.
That way. All I'm saying is Jake, can I just put it this way? I would totally understand and support a field storming today if Nebraska were to beat Iowa.
It's a sense of relief, a huge monkey off the back, and that's the biggest reason why.
And how happy would this state be going forward? Think about Monday. It would tell me.
We're talking about a bowl game. Where are we going?
Right. Tell me it wouldn't put a little more juice in you going forward, Nebraska fan, if Nebraska wins this game versus a loss. Now think about the loss. Oh, God, 4-game losing streak to end the season, no bowl. It's quiet in December over at the stadium. No, we don't want any of that.
Undefeated October, winless November. That would be a horrible conversation. Sean in Eagle says, absolutely, yes, storm the field. Patrick in Norfolk, no, don't storm. Jeff from Farrell's will be here, by the way, at 6:50 today. Says, I personally would not storm the field, but wouldn't blame the students if they wanted to have some fun and storm.
Wouldn't blame the students, wouldn't blame anybody else. Wouldn't blame anybody else. Thank you, Jeff.
Mike in Lincoln says, students are the ones who would storm the field, and I'm sure the student section will be sparse today.
Well, nobody else would storm it. Is it just a student question?
Well, listen, hey, Mike, I'm storming. If
yeah, it's not just a student
the
question.
students should start it, but if they start it off, I'm jumping on that field.
Yeah, I would see. You could see some 20 and 30 somethings out there. Maybe a sprinkling of olds.
Bird in Columbus says Iowa does not deserve that respect, but if people start over the rails, I'm joining in for sure.
Bird, perfect. Now that's what I'm basically talking about. This is a fascinating question, by the way, because there are people that are going to be torn like you. But as you talk it through,
I know
you don't sound quite as torn.
This is therapy for me right now.
Yeah, you got to get over the Iowa thing. What Iowa fan? You of all people, you never care what people think of you. You never do.
I don't really.
So why do you care what an Iowa Hawkeye fan thinks of you?
I still like them.
I know, but you share in your head a little bit.
Oh yeah, listen.
They're in your head.
7 straight losses got to me.
They're in your head.
They got to me. They got to me. I wrote a song. Iowa sucks, and they didn't win a game for 8 years after that song was made. I made it in 2014 or something, and they didn't win a game until last year with that song being created. I almost blew it up and made it disappear from the world.
If Nebraska wins, you're playing the song on Monday, right?
Yeah, I'm going to play it. Of course. Is that a question? It's a fact. Doug in Northwest Lincoln says, Jake, just lead the storm when it happens. You be the first guy in the field.
There you go.
See on camera. Oh, there's that's Jake down there
as a radio host.
His shirt's up. Let's go on.
His shirt off.
It's 30 degrees, you moron. Sanderson says, I'm not giving Iowa that respect. I can't do it.
I get it.
Aaron says, don't storm the field. That's embarrassing.
Is it embarrassing is the question. That gets really to the heart of the.
You know what's embarrassing? 7 straight years of no bowl game.
Right. I'm totally.
So I think I'm on your side now.
Yeah,
storm it.
It's that. I'm not, Jake, it's not a storm that says we're back, that Nebraska's back. It's not that. It's mainly a relief storm. It's celebrating something that we miss. We really missed the bowl season.
The field was stormed, though. The 90s?
I don't know. There's a Hawkeye right there. There's a Hawkeye
in the building. Actually, outside the building. He's walking by.
A big man with a Hawkeye sweatshirt. Jake, it's celebrating something we miss badly. I don't even know if you know how badly we miss it, or you might know, but I don't know how often you think about it. If you really think about it, this is the bowl season used to be part of the program. You could always sell that to people. I mean, we go to a bowl every year.
We always go to bowls every year.
Come on.
Okay, a couple more response. Railroader Matt says, FSP, absolutely. Yes, storm the field. Let's bleeping go. Corey and Lincoln, what do you think he says?
No.
Yeah, he's kind of a...
He's a little curmudgeon.
He's a curmudgeon. Is a great way to describe him. Do not storm the field. We can party and celebrate without debasing ourselves.
Debasing. No, he said debasing.
Is that supposed to be embarrassing? Maybe typed it. I don't know.
That's a word we're going to look up during the break.
Mm-hmm.
Debasing ourselves. Again, I think it's Corey. I've said it a couple times, Corey. Can't you say can you humble yourself a little bit? That's what it is. A little bit. It's a little bit. It's acknowledgement of, yeah, we have fallen a little bit. Nebraska has fallen as a program a little bit, or a lot, actually, a lot. Just acknowledge it and accept it, and celebrate what could be the turn. The turn that takes you back upward. What's wrong with celebrating that? What's wrong? Why do we worry so much about what others are thinking?
Clemson didn't care last week. We made fun of them, and they didn't care, saying we won the game.
It's not embarrassing. Won the game. Human emotion. I mean, it can be. Yeah. I mean, listen, Corey has a point in that you can embarrass yourself. You would say the Michigan offensive coordinator embarrassed himself a couple of weeks ago when he started balling on the air when they were interviewing him after
Sharon Moore.
Yeah. That was kind of embarrassing.
A little bit, but it was emotional.
It was an outpouring. It was an outpouring of emotion that he went a little too far with.
Maybe.
Would storming the field be going a little bit too far with our emotions? I don't think so.
Let it out. Just let it out. Yeah. Husker Army says next we'll be storming PBA for a postseason NIT win or something like that.
No, I'm not. That's not the same. It's not this.
It's not the same.
It's not the same.
It's not the same.
No, there's not. We don't. This fan base doesn't pour as much emotion and energy and financial investment into basketball that it does football. First of all. It's not the same situation.
Doug in Northwest Lincoln says Jake will be Will Ferrell from Old School when he leads the Storm. Come on, everybody. Let's go streaking. I'll go streaking on the field.
No, you're not doing that.
I'd be in jail.
Yeah.
Ron says, I classify Jake as younger folk. He can storm.
Okay.
Well, what's the cutoff here?
Yeah, what is the cutoff?
What if Sip, wanted to storm?
Or someone my age.
He puts like a hat on so you can't tell it's him. He just runs on the field and parties.
It's just fine any age. But I think the younger folk would lead it. Now, there is a big question. I wonder what Trev would think.
I would think Trev would say, "Come on, just do it. Let's go.
Just do it.
We're gonna. This is the start of a new era. We got to the postseason. It wasn't pretty in November, but you know what? We won when we had to, and get on the field. Maybe he'd be on the field too.
People are going to ask, when's the last time Nebraska stormed? And it was in probably the early '90s when they beat Oklahoma. Now that's a different. Nebraska's in a different spot now. Again, we have to acknowledge, I think Nebraska fans have to acknowledge where they are, where the program is. That's a critical part of this conversation.
Yep.
This isn't 1994 or 1992 when you're trying to, they were trying to rise in 92, but it hadn't sank to a point that it is now. So I'm just saying, acknowledge reality. Understand where you are and don't worry about what others are thinking, particularly Iowa fans. Who cares what the Iowa fan thinks of us? Not in this situation.
It doesn't matter if you win them. Yeah, if you
beat them. Now, does it matter? Here's a question for you, Jake. Does it matter how you win? If you sprint off with this and there's no drama, maybe the field storming impact lessons. But what if you beat him on a Tristan Alvano 42-yard field goal with no time showing?
And he blows kisses to their sideline a la the kicker from 19.
What if Alvano lines up for a 42-yarder with the clock's ticking down and he hits it through? Then there's more
emotion. There's emotion.
The drama takes over. Then I think there's a very good shot for a field storm.
And you'll be on the field then, too. Because you'll be on the sideline already for your media session.
Yeah.
You say, what the hell? I'll go for a few minutes. All of a sudden, you're crowd surfing. You're on top of this. And
that would be embarrassing.
Just don't take down the goalpost. Can we agree to that? This is not a goalpost taken down conversation.
Hold on, Jake. Why? As long as they're down there, what if
Tennessee beats Alabama? Take the goalpost down.
Yeah, it might be.
Nebraska beats Iowa to go to a bowl game. Goalpost stay. Storm the field.
Might be going too far, but
you beat Michigan at home. Take the goalpost down.
I hate to put limitations on a field storm.
I'm going to say it'd be a bad look to take the goalpost down today. It's great to storm. I can't go as far as the goalpost though. No way.
I know this. When I was thinking about this last night, I knew that there'd be some in favor, and I knew it would be. There wouldn't be a consensus. I knew there wouldn't be a consensus. I'm not torn on this subject. I would totally understand if hundreds, if not a few thousand storm the field, especially if it's a dramatic win by Nebraska.
It's a split vote on the text.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
Which is good. I mean, it's a good question. If it's one way heavily, then it's a bad question. It's a good question there. So appreciate all the people texting. By the way, before we get to break, it is Black Friday. If you're not going to the game, if you're shopping, I guess go to Computer Hardware. Great spot to go to. They're the leaders in Nebraska for Apple products. If you need to do a MacBook or an iMac, get to Computer Hardware. They can help you. They've been around for 40 years. They've got locations in Lincoln, Kearney, Hastings, and Grand Island. The leading Apple experts in the state. Computer Hardware in Lincoln, just south of 70th and O, right by Taco Win. Check it out today for your Black Friday shopping or Small Business Saturday tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
When we come back, we'll take a quick break from football and talk about Nebraska freaking basketball is 6-0. I was at the game on Wednesday.
I need to hear a breakdown.
Impressive win against Duquesne. We'll break that down next on Early Break on the Ticket.
You're listening to Early Break with Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Bill Busch on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, Rico, let's do the final checklist before we head out. We have a lot of people coming to the tailgate today. I'm ready. Burgers? Check. Chips? Check. Icy cold beer? Check. Except this one. I'm forgetting something. Wait a second. Where's the Führer's cheese spread? I can't stop eating it. Rico, relax. I always pack extra. It's the biggest hit of the tailgate.
For the best appetizer, party dip, and tailgate snack, load up on Führer's cheese spread today. Found in most local grocery stores.
Concrete Industries, a Nebco company, has immediate job openings for precast production laborers. Concrete Industries offers great pay, health benefits, 401k, a wellness program, holidays, and paid time off. Apply today to earn a starting pay of $20 per hour and a $1,500 hiring bonus. Concrete Industries is hiring all experience levels and offers on-the-job training. Start your career today as a precast production laborer. Visit concreteindustries.com.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Gaina Trucking guarantees a 40-hour work week year-round, and their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
At Fairway Meat Market, your family. And as part of the family, they want to save you money on your meat and groceries. The holidays are here, and Fairway has everything you need for charcuterie boards, shrimp trays, party platters, wine, beer, spirits, and more. Plus, custom fresh cuts on USDA choice or prime grade beef, all-natural pork, fresh chicken, and seafood. Your holiday meals start at Fairway Meat Market in the Rockledge Square Shopping Center just south of 84th and Van Dorn.
Elway Power Sports of Lincoln will have you scoring big on savings with up to $3,000 off CF Moto side-by-sides and ATVs. Whether you're looking for a work-tough U-Force or a performance-ready Z-Force, CF Moto has a machine made for you all under one roof at our new 27th and I-80 location. And don't miss our Black Saturday sales event on November 25th with doorbusters and specials throughout the store. Visit our website, elwaypslincoln.com for more details.
Ever wish you had another light switch on the other side of the room on a dark night? How much better would you sleep at night if you had a ceiling fan in your room? The High Electric Service Department is here to make your electrical what-ifs a reality. Whether you're looking to replace some outdated light fixtures or brighten up your counters with under-cabinet lighting, High Electric can handle all types of residential electrical installations and services. Give Erica a call at 402-466-6606 or visit high-electric.com to get started. Bagels & Joe is the perfect place for breakfast or lunch in November, with the best breakfast sandwiches in Lincoln made just the way you want. Order a caramel latte this month, and 10% of proceeds will go to the Lincoln Habitat for Humanity. 4 locations in Lincoln and 1 in Seward. Bagels & Joe.
Gray Diesel and Equipment Services is your go-to place in Lincoln for repairs and maintenance for diesel pickups to Class 8 over-the-road trucks and trailers, from bumper pole utility to full-size semi. Gray performs DOT inspections and are a service provider for fleet companies like ARI, Element Fleet, and FleetNet. They're a family-owned business in operation since 1952, and they keep a clean, friendly shop. Customer service is their top priority. Give Gray Diesel and Equipment Services a visit today, with easy access just off I-80 and North 56th Street.
Rico here with HIS Auto Care at 70th and Van Dorn, letting you know HIS is a great place to bring your vehicle for service. With superior service bumper to bumper, we'll treat your vehicle like it's your mother's. Doesn't get any better than that. So call 402-488-8934 and HIS Auto will make you glad you did. 5% off, mention this ad, and for sure your mother will be proud you called. 402-488-8934, HIS Auto Care, 70th and Van Dorn. God bless you.
If you're in Seward or Milford, listen up. Select Plumbing is now servicing your area with no trip charges from Lincoln. Select Plumbing works on a variety of issues for your home and business, including general plumbing, water heaters, faucet and fixture repair, underground sewer and water repairs, backflow testing, and more. Keep your property free from leaks and other issues. Call today for a free estimate, 402-560-6197. It's not just Lincoln, Waverly, and the surrounding area anymore. It's also Seward and Milford with no trip charges. Contact Select Plumbing to inquire at 402-560-6197.
Sunday morning. It's quiet, not in a weird, too quiet way. Calm, peaceful, tranquil. You pour yourself that cup of coffee. You slice yourself a hearty chunk of one of Beatrice Bakery's breakfast breads. Now, maybe you're an apple streusel guy. Nothing wrong with that. I can respect that. Personally, I'm a turtle nut man. Something about those pecans. But the real ones know, don't sleep on that date nut bread. Sweet, but not too sweet. Nutty, not overly. The perfect morning treat. Beatrice Bakery. Online at beatricebakery.com. Welcome to our world of yum.
Vershawn Jackson for Brandt Excavating. Brandt's been in business for 29 years, and they specialize in a variety of things. If you're looking for someone to get the job done in precision demolition, excavating, trucking, mass grading, and site prep, Brandt is the place to call. To set up a quote or learn more, call Brandt Excavating at 402-474-4113 or go to BrandtExcavating.com. They're also hiring, so join the team today. Brandt Excavating, a part of the Bauer brand, who reminds you, go big red.
We're on the air.
Back
Well, party's starting early today, isn't it?
to more of Early Break with Sip and Jake.
Sipple, you are an idiot.
Brought to you by Gaina Trucking. On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We will have a special guest next segment, Jeff Essing from Farrell's. He says our energy was low in the first segment. What are you talking about?
It wasn't.
I was yelling.
You're still
I yelled. I'm still yelling. I think he wants me to play Iowa Sucks on a loop. I can't do that on a loop, you know?
I think he's a motivator. I think he was just trying to motivate.
Yeah.
Motivate.
I guess I should be screaming. I can scream on these airwaves.
You were screaming.
I was yelling, but I appreciate that. We'll get back to football, top of the hour again, Nebraska, Iowa, of course, 11 o'clock. Kickoff here in Lincoln Memorial Stadium. But I was at the basketball game, Sip, on Wednesday night, Nebraska against Duquesne. And I'll tell you what, I had some fear going into that game. Duquesne's a good A-10 team, Atlantic 10. They're a good Atlantic 10 team.
They are.
They have one loss before Nebraska. That was to Princeton, who, by the way, is not just an Ivy League team. They made the Sweet 16 last year.
Yep, they're legit.
You can't just forget that.
No, I don't. And I remember.
People do, though. They call it a bye game. And it's not a bye game.
Yeah, Princeton's not just this little band of little guys running the Princeton offense anymore. They got dudes. Okay, now, Jake, I just got to tell you something. I have all kind of questions for you.
I'm here to answer your questions. I was at the game from start to finish.
Okay. First of all, how was the crowd?
Crowd was good. Good crowd. I would say over 3/4 full.
Okay, good. That's good. Okay, then what?
Final score, by the way, Nebraska beats Duquesne 89-79 at PBA on Wednesday. Nebraska is now 6-0. They'll play Cal State Fullerton on Sunday. They win that game. Then they're 7-0, having a full week to prepare for Creighton next Sunday here in Lincoln. Creighton, by the way, got absolutely jackhammered by Colorado State yesterday, 69-48.
Yeah.
The Jays had 19 points in the first half.
They were horrifyingly bad. I was driving around yesterday a lot, and I listened to a lot of that game. Trey Alexander, not picking on him. Trey Alexander, the Creighton star, was 1 for 16.
I'll pick on him. That was 1 for 16. What the heck?
1 for 16.
They call him tricky. That was a terrible trick.
Yeah, Creighton.
That sucked.
Yeah, Creighton. It's really interesting that Colorado State has apparently they have a lot real physical guards, and they were really physical with Creighton.
They got a great point guard. Isaiah Stevens is a stud. That's a name you'll hear in March Madness. Isaiah Stevens, absolute stud for Colorado State.
Okay, back to Nebraska.
Yes,
Nebraska. We've talked about their depth, Jake. And I'm interested in what you think. I will tell you this stat. Nebraska has gotten at least 25 bench points in all 6 games this year.
Well, you got to get Juwan Gary's off the bench.
Yes,
right now.
he is.
Juwan Gary is a dude. That guy's a dog. And that game was physical. Duquesne was a physical team. I know.
Was it physical?
They were a scrappy, physical basketball team. Nebraska, I think, got out-rebounded, by 8. 37-29 on the boards, Duquesne. They were a physical team in that A-10 conference.
I think Fred, I don't know if you have the first half rebounding numbers, but Nebraska got out-rebounded significantly in the first half, and it's pretty apparent from the post-game comments that Fred lit into the guys a little bit in Fred's sort of direct way.
Mm-hmm. I don't have the numbers of halves in that, but I can tell you it was obvious in the first half. Duquesne was getting a lot of boards.
Yeah, Fred wasn't happy. Then Nebraska, it was even. The rebounding was even in the second half. It was even.
Nebraska has 5 players in double figures. Now back to your bench discussion. Yeah, Juwan Gary, that guy is a starter on the bench. He's 7 for 10. He played 22 minutes, 7 for 10 shooting, 4 in free throws, hit 2 threes, 20 points, 5 rebounds. If you get that off your bench every game, this team's going to do some damage, serious damage. Because then you have your starters. Casey Tominaga, 23 points. Mm-hmm. It was actually a pretty quiet 23. If you watch the game, you say he's got 23. Like what? He wasn't. He made 2 threes. He was 2 for 7 on threes.
He made a bunch of free throws. 9 of 10 free throws. Right?
He did. Josiah Alec had 12 points, 7 boards. Bryce Williams 11 and 3. A quiet game for Rink, still okay. 10 points, 6 boards against Duquesne.
Mm-hmm.
They did. I mean, they almost put up 90 points.
Well, what helps, and this is a big number to me, and you'll know why when I tell you. You'll know why when I tell you. Nebraska was 28 for 31 from the stripe. Jake, they're 21 of 22 from the stripe in the second half.
Yep.
Why is that meaningful? Because they've been a terrible free throw shooting program for years.
The entirety of the Fred Hoiberg era, they've been horrible shooting free throws. Horrible.
This year, they're 71%. From the line, good. And then against Duquesne, 28 for 31. Nebraska,
it was beautiful.
Nebraska, by the way, scored on its first 16 possessions after the break. First 16. Now, you said something. You said if Juwan Gary continues to play like he is and the bench continues to do what it's doing, Nebraska can do some serious damage. What's that mean? What's to you serious damage?
Okay, now I know it's early, and Nebraska has not played a great schedule so far, but you can see a good team when you watch.
That's what I'm wondering.
This team feels like they could contend for the tournament.
The tournament.
The NCAA tournament.
Get them to what I was been saying is, Fred, just get your team to the bubble. Get it to the bubble. Keep us interested. Get it to the now. Some people are gonna say, "Wait a second, Sipple. Really? Year 5? You just get them to the bubble and that's it?" Yeah.
This team has this team has something. They do.
Yeah, they do.
Now, again, the portal has not been the best thing for Hoiberg so far in Nebraska. They've had some really bad misses in the portal.
Yeah.
But the guys they brought in this year, I mean, Bryce Williams is a guy. It's a dude. I like him. Bryce is good. He does not get too high or low. He is very even keel, but serious.
Grown man.
He's a grown man. Brink Mast has been a great addition. I think he'll fit fine in the Big Ten Conference. He'll be okay.
Grown man.
Josiah Alec, again, he had 12 points in the game. Not a scorer usually, but energizer. Good rebounder. He's a hustle guy.
Grown man.
You need that.
These are veteran players.
And look at, it's been a slow start for Jamarcus Lawrence so far. A guy that has been here since he was in high school, but But Jawan Gary transfers, been here for a couple years.
Man,
dude,
yeah,
they mesh. I don't feel like a weird lack of chemistry. The chemistry is good. They pass it well. They come back from adversity well.
Mm-hmm.
I know it's 6 games against not the best competition,
I
but
know.
it's got to mean something.
Is that Dipple?
I think it's Dipple.
Was that Dipple?
I think it's Dipple.
We put out a call for Dipple.
He needs to go around the long way. I haven't unlocked the front doors yet.
And there he is. Okay, Jake. He's having trouble. Okay. I want to go back to this discussion. What do fans think needs to happen this year with Fred's program? Is the bubble enough? I think it is because of what you're saying. He's got a team.
They got a squad.
He's got a team. People will recognize progress. I think you're already seeing it. I know the schedule is suspect right now, but I do think people have already identified this as at least something that's going to keep us interested well into the winter.
You got Creighton next Sunday, and that'll be a test.
Sunday.
Be a test. See what do we have here as a program? Is Nebraska really going to be a team that can push the good teams around?
In PBA.
PBA. Then you have at Minnesota, conference game. That's an average to bad Minnesota team. Michigan State comes to Lincoln.
Michigan State's 3-3.
That's not a good team right now.
Well,
they're not bad. They're just not very good.
They've played a tough schedule. They're not great.
I'm not scared.
They just lost. Michigan State just lost to Arizona yesterday. Arizona top 5 team, right?
Yep. Yes. Tight, close game. Wasn't it close?
Yeah. Michigan State's not going to be bad, but they're 3-3. Jake.
They are battle tested. They have played some really good teams. Yeah. So then you have Kansas State on the road in Manhattan. It's always a tough game, but they've been average this year so far.
Just average.
Then a couple fluff games at the end of the month. I mean, Nebraska. Listen, I would think at the most you'd have 3 losses going into next year, into 2024.
Okay.
You beat Fullerton on Sunday.
I think you're right.
Creighton could be a loss, of course. We all know that. And then beyond that, I think you split at the worst Minnesota, Michigan State. You won't go 0-2. I don't think they will. K-State could be a loss. I'm saying at the worst you have 3 losses heading into 2024.
Don't you feel pretty – is it strange to say this? I mean, maybe it's strange to say it. I feel good about Nebraska versus Creighton this year. I listened to the game yesterday.
I do too.
Colorado State bullied them, Jake. It was not a game.
Yeah, it was
not a game.
The first half was a blowout, and they just kept it going in the second half. They won by 21.
The second half, my thought was, okay, I'm gonna keep listening because Creighton. I want to hear if Creighton can make a comeback. They didn't. They weren't a threat in the second half, Jake. Game was over.
Couldn't shoot.
No.
Couldn't do anything right at all.
Couldn't guard particularly well.
Huskers 6-0. Cal State Fullerton up next, and then Creighton next Sunday here at Pinnacle Bank Arena. By the way, quick plug: holidays. It's now after Thanksgiving. Time to really start shopping. Black Friday shopping. Want to do Omaha Steaks? The gift of beef meat is incredible, and you get 50% off site-wide when you shop the ticket exclusive and 8 free pure ground filet mignon burgers. Go to omahasteaks.com/theticket. For this great deal and unconditional money-back guarantee. Omaha Steaks, that's the place to be. Jeff Essig from Farrell's is next, and Song of the Day on Early Break on the Ticket.
You're listening to Early Break with Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Bill Busch on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
If you're like most guys with symptoms, you don't want to ask for help. Perhaps a free consult with the men's health experts will encourage you. What could it hurt? Limitless knows exactly how to treat your symptoms. They will verify with a blood test, and in a very short time, you'll feel like a new man. So don't drag your feet. You're not going to feel better unless you get help. The providers at Limitless know what they're doing. To receive your custom treatment plan, schedule online at limitlessmail.com and get your life back.
Constructors Inc., a Nebco company, is now hiring heavy equipment mechanics to maintain fleet equipment and vehicle operations. Constructors offers mechanics a competitive salary, 4-day work weeks with overtime options, a $5,000 hiring bonus, a tool allowance, and great benefits. Join the crew today and be a part of Nebraska's oldest paving company dating back to 1908. Apply today for their mechanic positions. Visit constructorslincoln.com.
This is Brad with Midwest Bank, proudly serving our Nebraska communities for over 70 years. We're a community bank, making local decisions, supporting local organizations, and helping local businesses and farms succeed. We are dedicated to serving our clients and helping them meet their financial needs with sound, innovative banking solutions. From an array of checking and deposit accounts, cash management services, to small business, real estate, and ag lending. We're here for you. Your community, your bank, Midwest Bank. Find out more at midwestbank.com. Member FDIC.
Attention all Wings fans. 89-cent wings are back on Tuesdays at Buffalo Wings and Rings in Lincoln. Enjoy the best wings in town for boneless or traditional at a price that makes the whole family happy. And now at the Williamsburg Village Wings and Rings, you can enjoy $1.50 tall boys in Bud Light, Coors Light, Busch Light, and Michelob Ultra every day after 7 p.m. and all day on Sundays. Get to Wings and Rings today and make sure to stop by on Tuesdays for 89-cent wings.
All right, Rico, let's do the final checklist before we head out. We have a lot of people coming to the tailgate today. I'm ready. Burgers? Check. Chips? Check. Icy cold beer? Check. Except this one. I'm forgetting something. Wait a second. Where's the Führer's cheese spread? I can't stop eating it. Rico, relax. I always pack extra. It's the biggest hit of the tailgate.
For the best appetizer, party dip, and tailgate snack, load up on Führer's cheese spread today. Found in most local grocery stores.
Gray Diesel and Equipment Services is hiring and seeking motivated applicants. Gray offers a second-to-none benefit package that includes health, dental, vision, 401k, paid vacation, and paid holidays. They offer great pay and tuition reimbursement or a tool purchase program for qualified candidates. It's a fun, friendly team with lots of variety and work assignments, so there's something for everybody. View and apply for their job openings today at grayusa.com or visit them in person just off I-80 and North 56th Street. Come be a part of the Gray difference.
Plains Cover Crop is your one-stop seed shop. Call us now for spring and summer forages, CRP mixes, and fall cover crop blends. We do farm-specific consulting for practical and efficient seed blends to fit your geography and goals. With a very diverse inventory, we will tailor a blend just for you. We're also looking for contract growers, and we buy and sell rye. Find us online at plainscovercrop.com. Timeless agronomy practices paired with modern technology. East Highway 20 in Orchard and across Nebraska.
This is Jeff Essing, owner of Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping and host of Fitness Fanatics. Over the years, we've helped countless of people gain strength, lose fat, build confidence, and change their lives. And it all starts with the Farrell's 10-Week Challenge. Now is the best time to enroll during the Black Friday sale. You can join the January 10-Week Challenge for half price. That's 10 weeks of kickboxing, strength training, and nutrition coaching for 50% off. Head to theticketfm.com and click on the banner on the homepage to enroll today. Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping at 40th and Yankee Hill and 70th and Vine.
If your car has sent you to the sidelines, Eustace Body Shop can help. With gold-class certified technicians, OEM parts, and free loaner cars, Eustace Body Shop is your best choice this Husker season. And with 6 locations across central and eastern Nebraska, we've got you covered, whether you're rooting at home or you're headed to Memorial Stadium. Get a free online quote at EustaceBodyShop.com, and let's get you back in the game.
The most recommended Eustace Body Shop. That's who we are.
Action Plumbing, Heating, Air, and Electric brings exciting career opportunities for you or someone you know. They are now hiring plumbers, electricians, and HVAC techs and installers to continually build their professional team. They offer competitive pay and full benefits packages that include health, dental, vision, PTO, and 401k options. Action has created a positive team environment for over 50 years. Apply online at actionlincoln.com.
Is your backyard ready for fun with friends and family this fall? GE Landscape Supply has pavers and boulders, which are a great accent for any landscaping project. And you can find them at 6701 Cornhusker Highway. GE Landscape Supply sells to homeowners and contractors with a vast selection of landscaping and construction materials. And don't forget, they deliver anywhere, nearby or far away. Stop by at 6701 Cornhusker Highway from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday to Friday. Go to GELandscapesupply.com for more info or call 402-467-1627.
Ready to make this season unforgettable? Celebrate with Liberty First Credit Union's low-rate debt consolidation loan. Combine all those bills into one affordable monthly payment with quick access to funds. Imagine all the extra cash for holiday shopping sprees, festive parties, or that well-deserved vacation. Stop by any of their branches or visit libertyfirstcu.com to find out more about their low-rate debt consolidation loan. Make this holiday season one to remember and celebrate with Liberty First Credit Union, banking with purpose.
You love to bash his sports takes.
Now, will you feel like an idiot if you're a big tough? If you're a big tough guy this morning,
But you really love to voice your displeasure for his music choices.
he stumbled on an issue that I did not think would generate this much passion and discussion.
It's time for Jake's questionable song of the day on Early Break on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Once again, your song of the day because of the game here in Lincoln, the Heroes Trophy, Nebraska, Iowa. My Hero by the Foo Fighters.
Oh, Jake.
464-568-5. 1 is bad, 10 is good. Texture rating on the Sauter Heyman Jewelers song of the day.
Introduce our guest, and I'm going to ask you to do an exercise with me, guys. Introduce our guest.
We are joined in the studio by Jeff Essink, the owner of Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping. He also has Fitness Fanatics on Sundays from 9 to 11 a.m.
We love Jeff. Now, close your eyes.
All right, here we go. Come on, close your eyes, Jeff.
Think
Mine are closed.
an Alvano 42-yard field goal going through the uprights as with no time on the clock. Nebraska wins 12-11, and that song is blaring over the speakers as a bunch of young people rush the field.
Mosh pit midfield.
Now think about how beautiful that would be. Oh, that song blaring on the sound system.
Oh, there we go.
Beautiful. Open your eyes. Would that be fun? Just tell me that wouldn't be fun.
I want to keep my eyes closed. So just
oh my God, you'd get the chills.
Yeah,
I got the chills.
Gave me the chills.
Think about that.
And then right after that, we need Iowa Sucks to play.
Oh, yeah, both of them. I'll send it over to UNL
In
right
the
now.
stadium.
I'll make sure UNL has my song.
Who's the Foo Fighters front man?
Dave Grohl.
Dave Grohl?
Yeah.
Jake Sorensen and Dave Grohl.
Oh, be beautiful.
Songwriters.
We're a good team right there.
Beautiful.
We're a good team.
Oh, Jake, that was a good
That was
pick.
great.
God, I didn't know. I
I'm out
didn't
of breath. I was playing the drums. I got a little winded over here.
You're up in the energy.
See that? You see that?
Yes, that's great.
I was playing the
you
drums.
did that for Jeff. Because he
Great.
called for more energy.
That was all energy there.
I didn't even put it together, the Heroes Trophy, and there goes my hero. A little slow.
Me
on
either.
it.
I just sat there. I was like,
That's why I'm here, guys. Yeah, I got to tie things together for y'all.
Oh, you know I like the Foo Fighters. They're one of the few bands I'd go see now.
Yeah.
There's a very short list for me of bands that I would go see. Foo Fighters is one of them. I would get, because you married it to the day, you married their song to the day, that helps your score. I'll go 93337. 93337.
oh, I'm right on board. Usually when I'm in here on Song of the Day, I've never heard the song before you guys play, but this is awesome. I'm going 10 all the way.
10 flat.
Let's do it.
Jeff, That's how you started Friday right there. A 10.
Yes.
A 9 plus for Sip, a 10 for Jeff.
Yeah. Josh is not here.
Yeah,
Set the scene. It's just our friends are absent today. It's sort of a holiday.
Bill is back Monday. Josh is back Monday, but we are here because it's the pregame to the pregame. This show goes 6 to 8 as always, and we got pregame 8 to 11, and then games 11. It's gonna be great.
It's a big day here.
But we are joined by Jeff Essink from Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping, and he. Before we get into why you're here, Jeff, in terms of what's going on at Farrell's, please tell the breakers what happened last time you were in studio.
Well, I thought I was here because of the game. Farrell's kind of a second fiddle today.
You are. So what happened last year?
I was here last year on Black Friday with you.
Yes.
And the streak was broke.
Ooh.
The 7-game streak was broke. So I emailed you a couple weeks ago and I was like, all right, I got to be on the show. We got to do everything exactly the same. So if we can keep this streak going.
I love it.
Yes.
Thank you for that.
Yes, absolutely.
So if it wins because Jeff was here. That's
I mean, come on, you could have to say it was a reason. I'm not saying it's the reason, but it would be a reason.
And
up there.
I remember last year you did not play Iowa Sucks either.
Mm-hmm.
You held off.
I have.
So
I'm doing it again today.
Exactly the same.
Not playing it.
Yes,
Here ready. You are.
Here I am. Yes,
contributing. You're trying to contribute to a great day in Lincoln.
Yes, this game's very personal for me, just because I lived in Iowa for 38 years. I know so many Iowa fans. I hear about this all year. That 7-year stretch was so hard for me.
Horrifying.
The last 2 games in Lincoln, I was there for Iowa games, and like you said, the horrifying experience. 2 game ending, just terrible. So I'll be there today.
You will,
and I don't think I can handle another last second loss. I can't. It would be triple horrifying.
I don't want to think about that.
It just feels.
I don't
so
want to
bad.
think about Iowa players carrying that trophy around the field in Lincoln.
One of the worst moments.
Jake,
enjoy your December at home.
Worst two worst moments in Memorial Stadium for me was I felt like in 2019 the kicker blew the kiss at me personally. And I'm a grown man just yelling at a kicker. Just
no, wait a second.
Now we don't want to hear.
You think he was blowing him?
Oh, right at my face, just right. And then 2 years ago, I'm in row 80 where my seats are.
Okay.
So waiting to get down the stairs, hearing "Let's Go Hawks" was literally just so low.
I've seen it all. I've seen those Iowa players. Low. I've seen those Iowa players hoisting that trophy around on Memorial Stadium field. You don't want that.
No.
And you hear that "Let's Go Hawks" in the background.
It's just so
it's
bad.
Awful.
And then my phone, I look and I have just 20 text messages on my phone.
That's horrible.
2 years ago, I was taking selfies of the scoreboard because we're up 21-6. So I was loving it.
And then we lost.
Oh, and then it was
that was Smothers' game.
It was so bad.
Block punt for a touchdown. We all know what was going to happen after that.
Not last year though.
And I'm so privileged to be sitting in Bill's seat. And the first time I was on with him, I thanked him for helping beat Iowa because last year it was just glorious. I fell to my knees, sobbing, ending the 7-year streak. It was just unbelievable. As Bill would say, just unbelievable. Incredible. It was incredible.
Sobbing.
Oh, it's just, I hope I'm sobbing today.
We hope we're sobbing happy tears today. But Jeff, you obviously you own Farrell's, a couple locations here in Lincoln. You got the one 70th and Vine.
Yep.
Is the newest location.
Yep. And we also have South 40th and Yankee Hill. And we also do virtual, too. So I know we have listeners all over the country. So you can do our Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping from anywhere in the country as well. So we're doing a Black Friday sale, 50% off the 10-week challenge. It's only $224.50 for the 10 weeks. So easy to enroll. You can go to the ticketfm.com website. There's a banner on the homepage. New for this year, you can actually enroll and make payments. So 4 payments of $56 can get you the winter 10-week challenge.
And I know people
January 8th, is that right?
January 6th is orientation. Okay. The 8th is our first day of classes.
I got to think you kill it in the winter.
Well, yeah, it's New Year's resolutions. Everybody wants to get started. We're always busy. At Farrell's, it's kind of like we have 4 New Year's resolutions a year because we have 4 10-week challenges a year. But yeah, obviously, everybody's wanting to get in shape and New Year's resolutions. So if you've never tried Farrell's before, just encourage you to check it out. $200. And what do you have to lose?
You don't have to, okay, now Jake knows this. I kind of live in my own world, but in my world, it seems like the thing is winter weight. People just put on winter weight naturally. Well, and this is a good way to just avoid your winter weight.
Well, it's kind of the average weight gain between Thanksgiving and Christmas is about 4 to 5 pounds.
Yeah,
right.
Just fight that
because we
don't give into it,
and we eat and we eat
and we drink
and we drink. Yes. So yeah, just kind of fight that. And again, like there's a lot of people I know. Sip, you go to Planet Fitness. There's people that can do stuff on their own, right? I am not that person. Jake, I know you are somebody that is self-motivated and disciplined to work out on your own, right?
Not everybody is.
Yeah, not everybody is.
But I love Farrell's. I'm a big fan of Farrell's.
Well, I know.
I am too.
I'm just saying, if you're the type of person that can't do it on your own and you need some help and motivation, accountability, that's where we come in.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we have seen at the station firsthand mega results.
Yes.
From what Farrell's can provide.
Yes.
Mark Onweiler.
Yes.
Others.
Well, and many others, not just Mark. Yeah, a lot of success stories.
Yeah. And we had Mark and AJ were on our show. AJ enrolled at Farrell's because he heard it on the ticket, right? AJ Leach, in his 1-year challenge, he lost over 100 pounds, went from 39% body fat down to 7%.
Good God.
All because he heard it on the ticket. So, Nicole and I and Farrell's, we appreciate you guys letting us come on air. You're helping change people's lives by letting us do what we do and having the show on Sunday. So the reach that has gotten, there's been so many people that have heard us on the ticket, that have done Farrell's, that has changed their lives. And I can tell you, everybody that has enrolled because they've heard it on the ticket, nobody has a complaint. They have all loved it.
100% success rate.
Absolutely.
Get out and do it. Get out and do it. Get up early. If you have to.
We have response right now on the text line.
Yes.
Brent says, I'm just leaving Farrell's right now.
Yes.
Love the place. Meadow Lane for life.
Yeah, there we go.
Another Rob in Lincoln says, I'm doing Farrell's 10-week right now. It rocks. People should do it. Rob in Lincoln.
Rob,
on the text line.
Listen to those live testimonials.
Testimonials. And just hearing about it on the ticket. So again, you guys are doing a great job letting us be on here. Again, 10-week challenge. It starts January 6th, but you can enroll for half off today. Just go to the ticketfm.com website. No promo code needed. 50% off, and you can make payments. So really $56 down will get you a spot reserved for the January challenge.
Okay, by the way, Jeff remembers the last time Nebraska fans stormed a field.
What was it, Jeff? When was that?
It was against Colorado in 1994. And the reason I remember, I remember.
You're pretty sure about this,
I'm positive.
Okay.
And I remember this because that's how my brain works. I can't remember what I did 2 minutes ago, but I can remember things from 30 years ago when it comes to Nebraska. So stormed the field, ripped the goalpost down, took the goalpost to the set of College Game Day. And for the post-game show with Lee Corso, Fowler, and Craig James, who was so anti-Nebraska. I remember because my dad, my dad just hated him. Hated Craig. I mean, Craig James. I could hear him like it was yesterday.
Yeah.
So that post-game show, the goalpost was laid out on the set of College Game Day.
I'll be darned.
That's pretty epic.
It
right?
is epic.
It was awesome.
Now it was epic
because it was one versus
two. This is not one versus two. It's a
unranked versus 16.
And College Game is not here today that I know of. But
I'd be surprised if they were.
If people want to rip down the goalpost and bring it to the ticket, we'll take a shot. I'm sure DP would make arrangements.
Like, let's make it happen.
Yeah,
bring it right in,
Captain. And like I texted him before when you guys were talking about field storming, I personally wouldn't do it simply because I have given Iowa fans so much grief. I mean, they storm the field all the time. And I'm like, come on, you just beat Illinois. You're not so what a big hypocrite I would be if I'm giving them a hard time, then I'm out there doing it because we beat Iowa.
Nebraska's in a different place now than it was when you were growing up, or even when you were 37.
Well, like I said, I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't blame the band if the band wants to storm the field because they're going on a trip.
Why are we putting an age limit? Why
kids
don't assign age to this conversation?
Just because, I've seen the championships. I personally have been a fan at that point.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel I'm kind of above that.
Yeah,
above it. But the students. The students who haven't experienced a winning record while they're on campus, if they want to rush the field and have a party, God bless them.
Yeah.
Let's go.
50% off Farrell's for Black Friday. Go to theticketfm.com, find the banner. You can save a lot of money and get yourself in shape.
Yes.
We talk about the next challenge beginning in January. Jeff Essing from Farrell's. What's your score prediction today? What's your score, Jeff?
Just do it. Just let it go.
12-10.
Okay.
Iowa.
What? God, get out! What? All right, I'm going to ask you. I'm escorting him to the door, Jake.
He hates Iowa. He picks Iowa.
We'll see about you Sunday. We'll make a decision.
I
on
don't
it.
think you're picking Nebraska, are you?
I don't think so.
See? It gives me You're a homer, though,
Come
Jeff.
on.
Top of the hour next, an early break of the ticket.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. You're listening to Early Break with Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Bill Busch on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Concrete Industries, a Nebco company, has immediate job openings for precast production laborers. Concrete Industries offers great pay, health benefits, 401k, a wellness program, holidays, and paid time off. Apply today to earn a starting pay of $20 per hour and a $1,500 hiring bonus. Concrete Industries is hiring all experience levels and offers on-the-job training. Start your career today as a precast production laborer. Visit concreteindustries.com.
It's the holiday season. Time for work parties, friend get-togethers, family gatherings, which means lots of eating. Maybe you think you've perfected your holiday meals, and maybe you have no idea where to even start. Let's fix that right now. No holiday party is complete without Führer's cheese spread. It goes well with any type of cracker, pretzels, apple, chili, vegetables, chips, and of course, it's perfect to pair with wine or beer. Holiday meals aren't complete until Führer's cheese spread is on the table. Find your own container at your nearest local grocery store today.
You don't think about your roof very often, but you should never take it for granted. Roofing Service Company takes every measure to provide you with the highest quality roofing solution. Whether it's a new roof installation, roof repair, or a re-roofing project, their overall goal is to provide you with a pleasant experience and a long-lasting roof. If you have a need for siding or gutters, they're your place too. Visit roofingservicecompany.com for more info today.
This holiday season, recharge with the Planet Fitness Black Card for just $1 down and $24.99 a month. So instead of fighting a stranger in the mall over a stuffed T-Rex, bring a friend for free and work out on the TRX. Instead of freezing in line for a lame holiday deal, relax in the Black Card Spa with some hydro massage feels. Instead of being trapped at your in-laws, escape to any of our 2,400 Planet Fitness locations. Sign up today for the Planet Fitness Black Card. Just $1 down and $24.99 a month. Cancel anytime. Deal is November 30th. See Club for details.
Whether you're booking a trip to Lincoln for a football game or a volleyball weekend, the Scarlet Hotel at Innovation Campus is the place for you. The Scarlet Hotel is special on many levels, from the delicious Well and Good restaurant on the main floor to the coolest rooftop patio bar in Lincoln, the Barred Owl, on the top floor of the hotel with great views of the city and one of the coolest drink menus. Book your stay or book a staycation today at scarlethotelnebraska.com.
The holidays are drawing closer, and there's not many things better than getting the gift of relaxation. Not just for yourself, but for anyone in your life. During November, for every service you get at the Body Shop, you get entered into their drawing for a free massage gift certificate equal to your last service. This goes all the way to the week before Christmas, so book your appointments now at thebodyshoplincoln.com and treat yourself and loved ones today. The Body Shop at 48th and A.
Aloe is turning 20 this year, and we plan to celebrate all year long. Since 2003, Aloe has vowed to put customers first and deliver a drastically different experience. No matter where you live, work, or play, we believe you deserve an affordable, secure, and reliable connection. We're proud to have served our businesses and residents with seriously fast fiber optic service for 2 decades. Thank you for trusting Aloe as your local internet, phone, and TV provider. Follow us on social media to know about the 20th anniversary celebrations in all our Aloe communities.
Is your furnace operating like you think it should?
Find out with a service check now from the pros at Bryant. No matter what make or model, Bryant will perform a thorough system check to make sure you're good to go this winter. Bryant also offers free second opinion heat exchanger checks. Before you spend thousands on a new furnace, let Bryant check it free. Anytime you need furnace service or repair, just call Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing, 467-1111. We do whatever it takes.
Big box stores are tempting for buying equipment for your high schooler in sports or for yourself in your sports leisures. But buying new is awfully expensive. Why not go somewhere with new and used options? Play It Again Sports has quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And it's more than baseball, softball, and golf. They also have equipment for disc golf, fitness, hockey, and more. Plus, they're always buying products. Bring your gear you're done with and get trade money on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
Wake up, Lincoln.
I overslept. Damn rooster didn't crow.
It's time for Early Break, sponsored by Midwest Bank. Live from Lincoln, America. Here's 93.7 The Ticket's Jake Sorensen.
I'm wrong, but I'm not.
Husker Online, Steve Sipple.
If I were a feral cat.
And longtime college football assistant coach, Bill Busch.
You get one team. Mine's the Houston Oilers. I'm not the Texans and I'm not the Titans. So I'm out.
This is Early Break.
Welcome back to Hour 2 on a Black Friday. Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, Early Break. Bill Busch out today. He's back on Monday. He will call in for next segment, though, for Bill's Thrills, for FSPs.
What number does he call in? He's texting right now.
I think you know the number. I've said it about 9,000 times in your life.
402-464-5685.
That's right.
I just texted him.
And you guys can always call or text that number as well. Hour 2 sponsored by Midwest Bank, member FDIC, location in Lincoln at 27th and Jamie Lane. New location coming to 70th and Pioneers by early 2024. I think Steve Schindler's off today.
Maybe we'll hear from Bill here in a little bit.
Shindaddy might be off. I don't think he's working on Black Friday.
We got a lot going on today. There's a lot going on at the ticket. Jeff was here, and he was fabulous. Jeff from Essing, from Farrell's. We have some presents from Dave Dip.
Yeah, we got presents.
My long-lost cousin, the railroad man, did show up.
You called him out at about 6:10, and then he walks in here at like 6:40.
Now, hold on. You wouldn't say I called him out.
You said I haven't seen my cuz for a while.
Right.
Dave Dipple.
I don't look at it as calling him out in a negative way. I just said I was just expressing that I missed him.
Within a half hour of the call, he arrived with gifts. So
gifts. He says he's been driving around in his truck with these for a while.
Well, let's open it up.
Now we got to make something clear. Josh and Bill also have gifts that they will open on Monday. We're just going to jump the gun.
We
here.
can't wait.
No.
You know, we're like kids on Christmas. We got to open the gifts when we get it here.
Dave Dipple, my long lost cousin, the railroad man. Here we go. We have shirts.
The shirt says Early Break, established 2015. It was actually established in 2016 is the funny part here.
All right, so yours
I've
says,
been on this show since 2012.
Tell the listeners
Early
what
Break began in May of 2016. So if he's been here before that, then shout out to Dave Dipple.
Tell the people what you got. Early
the
Break.
shirt says Early Break, established 2015, which is actually a year ahead of when it was. But it's great. We can say that the dream started in 2015. How about that?
The dream started in 2015. That's right. Okay, my shirt was pretty good.
They say "Shut up, Sipple" on it.
Nope.
One. Sip says 100 on it.
My shirt just says in quotations 100. 100.
I can't wait for what Bill's
Hundo.
is.
Yeah, Bill's and Josh. Bill has a shirt coming, and Josh has a shirt.
Thank you to Dave Dipple for bringing us gifts.
And he brought an L in for me.
We always accept your gifts. You know, if you want to bring in gifts, send them to us at 1040 O Street, Lincoln, Nebraska, Suite 100.
You know how often I'm going to wear this shirt?
All the time.
Probably to the show on Monday. Dip. I'm going to wear the shirt to the show on Monday. 100. And the key is he got an L. Perfect. Not an XL.
I got an L too. You get the right sizes there.
Thank you very much, Dip.
402-464-5685. Call or text as always. Thank you to Dave Dibble for providing us gifts. Thanks to Jeff from Farrell's for being here the first segment. That was great. The first hour.
Yeah, he was great.
The last segment we had there. We appreciate that.
He was great until he predicted Iowa to win.
Yeah, I can't believe Jeff hates Iowa more than more than me. He hates them more than anybody I know, and he picked him on the airwaves. Like he's the guy.
Unbelievable.
He's the guy that I would think if Iowa was 12-0 and Nebraska was 0-12, he'd pick Nebraska to beat them.
Well, he's honest. He's been doing radio now for a while.
Yes, he has.
So I think he
Fitness Fanatics on Sunday morning.
He kind of fancies himself more of a journalist now. It should be professional and objective, and he let it go.
I'm looking behind us at the studio again. The mill is open for business this morning. Come on by. It's the perfect place to stop by before the game. We have pregame 8 to 11. We're here all the way till 8 o'clock, and then we got Beatrice Bakery. They're setting up a bunch of stuff for Black Friday out here, so. You can buy Beatrice Bakery right from the source here. Incredible.
Yeah, this is gonna.
They're here on the scene.
This will be the hub. This is the hub. Game day hub.
This is the place to be. So, all right. You asked another question to me while you're on the couch yesterday.
Yes.
Digesting your food from Thanksgiving.
Yes.
We already discussed the FSP of today. Should Nebraska storm the field if they win? If you missed that, you can check out the first segment on the podcast page at theticketfm.com. Also, but your other question was this. Would a win today by Nebraska erase their sins of a rough November simply by getting to a bowl game? 464-5685. Text or call right now. So Nebraska had an undefeated October, which Matt Rule was thrilled about. He brought it up saying that was the first time in like 22 years Nebraska had gone undefeated in October. They entered November on the road at Michigan State at 5-3. Michigan State riding a 6-game losing streak. Hey, you win that game, you're bowl eligible. They lose to Michigan State. They lose at home to Maryland the next week. They lose at Wisconsin in overtime last week. Rough November so far.
Really rough.
However, if they win today, beat a rival you hate, get to a bowl game, are the sins of the previous 3 games this month forgiven?
I say a resounding yes. Even though those losses I judge to be terrible. They're terrible losses.
All 3 of them.
Yeah, they're just terrible. I mean, you caught these teams in bad situations and couldn't capitalize. You were in a good situation, didn't capitalize. But yes, emphatically, yes, Nebraska, those sins would be wiped away with this win. You're beating a ranked team. Okay, if you pull this off, you're getting to a bowl game. You're making the off season much more. You're adding hopefulness to the off season instead of dread. Now, not total dread, because here's what I'm not doing, Jake. The one thing I'm going to say is this: whether Nebraska wins this game or not, I still think you feel good about progress in the program, but
4 straight losses to lose end of the season.
Mm-hmm.
Confusion at quarterback, a really poor year at quarterback in general. But the defense made major progress. And Bill did a great job last year of turning a defense that was struggling the first 4 games around to be respectable.
Oh, God.
Then you have young guys that come in like Uman Mielen and Cam Lenhart and Riley Van Poppel that have been great on the defensive line.
Here's my pushback. You make a good points. Man, you did that quickly, too. 4 games. I mean, as you say.
4 straight losses.
4 straight losses in this season. Cloudy picture QB, baby. What I would counter with is look at the roster, how young it is. Look at how young, particularly on offense, Nebraska is. I mean, you have just a handful of guys that are leaving. Handful. Rest are freshmen, sophomores. On the other hand, on defense, even on defense, you have a lot coming back. You look, Ty Robinson came back.
Yep, that's big.
It looks to me like Nash Hutmacher will be back. I guess there's some people think he might be gone. I don't think so. I think he'll be back. I think the Ty Robinson announcement, what was that, on Tuesday? Wednesday. The Ty Robinson announcement that he'll be back on Wednesday. That just said to me that probably Nash's coming back too, for sure. You got everybody back up front on your 3 deep. Everybody. 3 deep.
That's significant. That is significant.
Yeah, you have a lot in the back 7 coming back. So that's where I'm coming from. And I just feel good about where the program's at. Except one thing, Jake. If they get blown out today, then
that'd be shocking.
It would be shocking, and that would set back. I would be set back by that and confused. Because right now, if it's just, Jake, come on, if it's just another close loss, it's status quo, right? And you think, they got all these young players. This is not 2017 where they're getting blown out. Now I know what you could say. Well, of course, because they're playing bad division teams, and Michigan State and Maryland weren't hitting on all cylinders by any stretch of the imagination.
No, they weren't.
So the schedule was for.
It was for the taking. It really was. When Bill said in the offseason that they could win 8 or 9 games, I kind of laughed. I said, well, okay, whatever, Bill. They could have won 8 or 9 games.
Bill turned out to be right on that.
They blew. I mean, they could have 8 wins easily right now and beat Iowa and go to a bowl and go to the title game. But they blew it in November. They did. I get if people push back and say, no, this is not forgiven. You know, we had a chance. We were 5-3. And you had 3 straight games of teams on a combined 13-game losing streak. Michigan State, 6 straight losses. Maryland, 4. Wisconsin, 3.
Reeling.
So
these teams were reeling.
To answer the question, I would say in general, yes, a win today would forgive the sins of the month, but I'm fine with somebody says no and say, no. This was for the taking to get to 7-8 wins and contend today for this game to be down for the Big Ten title.
I get it. I understand the opposite viewpoint, but I think the feeling after this game, if Nebraska is able to close down Iowa, close them down for the second straight year, I think, and get to that bowl game, get that off your back, sins forgiven. Understanding this is you have just beaten you have beaten a program. Ferentz has been there since 1999.
Yep.
That's a strong program. If you can take them down in year one of your head coach, yes, sins forgiven. Now, the quarterback situation, it would really be interesting too. That's an ancillary conversation, but a really, really important and interesting one. What if Chubba Purdy is able to guide that win? And it's impressive. What if Chubba Purdy is able to do that? How much differently do you look at the quarterback situation?
It still needs to be addressed. I mean, Chubba played well against Wisconsin. He did. Chubba played well enough to win that football game. It just didn't work. It didn't happen.
There's some Hawkeyes.
Are walking down the street. They're here. But no, I still think the quarterback has to be addressed very, very.
Okay, Jake, can I sell this to you
next year?
Deeply. How about this? Can I sell this to you? I could see a scenario where all of Nebraska quarterbacks come back, but you still have to go to the portal.
I don't think you can bring Jeff Sims back next year.
What if he wants to?
I hear that he's a fine locker room guy, which is good, but you can't play him. He's simply not playable. I can't. I know that sounds so critical, but guess what? I'm sorry, I'm not here to make friends. This is football.
No, I know.
There's a lot of money, a lot of money invested in this program, and people care deeply about Nebraska football.
Mm-hmm.
You can't have somebody in the field this year, next year, that is going to turn it over consistently. Right. So he just can't be a part of the operation next year, at least as a quarterback.
What if it was just as your 3rd string, 4th string guy, and he just wants to go to school, just wants to finish? Now, I think he is, he could, even if he's finishing this in December, which I think he's on track to do. I don't know why I'm being so touchy-feely here. I tend to agree with you on this, but what if he just wanted to come back and stay in school and be with his teammates?
Let him be a student.
Okay.
I know.
Okay. No, you're fine.
You guys know my thoughts. On the situation.
You're fine. You're fine.
I've been very
steadfast,
very consistent in that take.
Okay.
And
I'm not disagreeing with you, okay?
And you said before that in the world of NIL, it's okay to criticize players now more than ever was.
He's a pro.
He's making money.
He's a professional.
He's making money.
He's a professional.
He's got good NIL money.
Yeah, he's not a young kid. He's a man. He's in. You know what? That's the real world. We're subject to it. He needs to be subject to it. Everybody's subject to it.
I just don't know how you can bring back all the quarterbacks this year, next year. It hasn't worked out with these guys. It hasn't. Harburg.
It really has.
Harburg had a spark for a while. Mm-hmm. He could run the football well, and I think there's a role for Heinrich Harburg.
Well, you have to leave open a possibility of development for Heinrich, though. He's still a young guy, unlike Sims, who's not really a young guy, who's been a 3-year. He played a lot in 3 years at Georgia Tech. Heinrich still very young in the process, right?
Yes,
that's the difference. Chubba, by the way, it's fascinating. Chubba is a 4th-year collegian. Okay. Now, he's been held back by injury, but he's a 4th-year guy. He's a veteran. You forget it. Doesn't seem like it, but he's like a senior, technically a sophomore, but 4th-year collegian. And I would think Chubba feels some urgency at this point. He's watching his brother last night. Watching his brother, period. His brother's kind of rounded back into form, by the way.
But against the Seahawks last night.
When you see Brock's kind of worked his way back?
In a rough 2-3 game stretch. He's back now.
Yeah.
He's back.
So he's seeing his brother do things. Chubba's got to have this self-realization. I'm not a kid anymore. I'm a 4th-year collegian. It's my time. I got to do something here. Beat Iowa. That's something.
That'd be big. If you want to put a feather in your cap here, beat Iowa. Put yourself ahead in the race here, Chubba. Help yourself out.
I hope Chubba takes a lot of ownership in today. Take a lot of ownership. And I've said it before, I'll say it again. Don't be the position that drags back this program. The quarterback position should lead the program into great things, not keep the program from great things.
Right.
That's what I'd say to Chubba. Chubba, be the one that takes this program into a bowl season. And and that's incredibly important. Not just to say the monkey's off our back, but we just established that there's a lot of young players in the program. Good ones. Some of them aren't even playing. They need 15 practices. That's not small. That's not a small thing. That's not just by the way. You need Memorial Stadium lit up in December. Not dark, cold, nobody around.
It's been the way for 7 years. We can't
stop it. It's got to end. God, I hope that those players are thinking the way we're thinking. I know the coaches are.
I hope Matt Rule is saying, hey, man, we've blown 3 straight chances to get to the postseason. We have one last chance.
Here's the thing.
It's a rival. Let's go beat these guys. We're favored today.
Yeah. It's not an underdog story. It's just, I don't know, Jake. The one thing I don't worry about is this team laying it on the line. I don't worry about that. They lay it on the line. This Nebraska team will lay it on the line.
Just checked right now. The spread as of this moment is Nebraska by 3.
They are a favorite.
So Iowa opened as a 1.5 point favorite. Nebraska then became the favorite by 1. Then it went to even. Then it went to 1.5, then 2.5. And now Nebraska, as of this moment at 7:33 a.m. on Friday morning, just over 3 hours away from the game, Nebraska sits as a 3-point favorite against Iowa today.
Close it down. Close it down. Close down the win. Hammer it. Don't do this thing where we're coming back here Monday saying, well, they played them close. I mean, doesn't mean anything anymore. Close doesn't mean anything.
We're so sick. That word is like, the word close is a hated word in the state.
We know you can play Nebraska, we know you can play Iowa close, Nebraska. Nebraska, we know you can do that. Do something. Surprise us.
We want to be surprised in a good way.
Surprise us.
I'm sick of bad surprises.
God,
that was surprisingly bad.
My former sports editor, God bless him, Todd Henrich. I love him, and he was a good boss. Todd is a great boss. You know what he used to say to me as his columnist? Simple. Surprise me. Just don't write the standard fare that everybody expects. Surprise me. Nebraska, surprise us.
Preach. Come on.
Surprise us. Hammer one.
Is that too much to ask for?
No.
A pleasant surprise?
No, they're good. Nebraska's good. It's a good team, Jake.
This month has been hell for the Huskers so far. Every loss has been close in just dramatic fashion.
I guarantee you these frustrations that are bubbling out of our mouths right now, Rule feels. Because it's a good – Nebraska's good. They're not a bad team.
Don't blow an easy schedule with a good football team.
This is a good group of guys and a good team. This is not it. This shouldn't be surprising, but it would be surprising because we've seen so often them come up short.
This would be your best win of the season.
Oh, God.
Right? It's
yes.
a ranked team. I know they're 9. Again, listen, you're favored in what would be your best win of the season, and you're 5-6 right now.
Again, it's why all sins of November would be forgiven. You're beating a good team. You're closing it down. You'd surprise us, and you'd feed in this. I feel like I'm talking to Chubba. I'm talking to Reimer. I'm talking to Newsom. I'm talking to Ty Robinson. I'm talking to the veteran guys. I'm talking to everybody. This state needs this. It needs it, Jake. It needs it.
We need it badly. We need a positive December with the bowl trip, bowl practices, and just, hey, a sigh of relief, monkey off the back. This horrible streak of no bowl games is over. We just need that.
We don't want to come back here Monday talking about another close loss.
Listen, we'll go to Detroit happily or the Pinstripe Bowl.
Yeah.
Send us to Mars. We'll play a game up there.
I'll go into cold and cover a team in a bowl.
Better than no game at all.
Right.
By the way, I just saw, so I mentioned Huskers are 3-point favorites. The official right now over-under is 24.5.
Good God.
24.5.
Makes sense.
They're expecting like a 14-10 win basically here.
Yeah.
14-11, something weird.
Well, that's really low. That's insanely
it's
low.
Bad. That's bad.
That's whatever. Whatever it is. Just close it now. What do you hear? Oh, well, okay.
We got to get to break. By the way, Beatrice Bakery, who is here, they're setting up for a tasting event until 11 a.m. So stop by for samples from Beatrice Bakery here at 11th and O and get yourself a coffee. When we come back, we'll hear from Bill Busch, I think, on Bill's Thrills.
Get him in here.
On Early Break on the Ticket.
You're listening to Early Break with Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Bill Busch on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Concrete Industries, a Nebco company, has immediate job openings for precast production laborers. Concrete Industries offers great pay, health benefits, 401k, a wellness program, holidays, and paid time off. Apply today to earn a starting pay of $20 per hour and a $1,500 hiring bonus. Concrete Industries is hiring all experience levels and offers on-the-job training. Start your career today as a precast production laborer. Visit concreteindustries.com. Big box stores are tempting for buying equipment for your high schooler in sports or for yourself in your sports leisures. But buying new is awfully expensive. Why not go somewhere with new and used options? Play It Again Sports has quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And it's more than baseball, softball, and golf. They also have equipment for disc golf, fitness, hockey, and more. Plus, they're always buying products. Bring your gear you're done with and get trade money on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
If you want all the latest technologies from those big banks, but you also want that hometown feel when you walk in the front doors, choose Midwest Bank. They have top-notch technology. They make banking so easy, and they also have the friendliest staff who will take their time to get to know you and treat you like family. You get the best of both worlds when you choose Midwest Bank. I live on the go, and now I can bank on the go. With Midwest Bank, I have everything I need at my fingertips. I'm volleyball player Allie Batenhorst, and at Midwest Bank, you'll love banking here.
Plains Cover Crop is your one-stop seed shop. Call us now for spring and summer forages, CRP mixes, and fall cover crop blends. We do farm-specific consulting for practical and efficient seed blends to fit your geography and goals. With a very diverse inventory, we will tailor a blend just for you. We're also looking for contract growers, and we buy and sell rye. Find us online at plainscovercrop.com. Timeless agronomy practices paired with modern technology. East Highway 20 in Orchard and across Nebraska.
Belmont Chiropractic and Novotny Nutrition and Wellness specialize in getting rid of people's pain quickly and permanently. For 31 years, they've been extremely successful with advanced techniques in pain relief using spinal adjustments and decompression, detoxification, diet and lifestyle modification, and more. They are fully equipped to handle the most seasonal athlete, weekend warrior, car accidents, strains, sprains, and more. Is there anywhere you're experiencing pain on your body, or are you fighting decreased energy and depression? Consult Belmont Chiropractic and Novotny Nutrition and Wellness first at 402-476-8619.
Whether you're booking a trip to Lincoln for a football game or a volleyball weekend, the Scarlet Hotel at Innovation Campus is the place for you. The Scarlet Hotel is special on many levels, from the delicious Well and Good restaurant on the main floor to the coolest rooftop patio bar in Lincoln, the Barred Owl, on the top floor of the hotel with great views of the city and one of the coolest drink menus. Book your stay or book a staycation today at scarlethotelnebraska.com.
This is Jeff Essing, owner of Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping and host of Fitness Fanatics. Over the years, we've helped countless of people gain strength, lose fat, build confidence, and change their lives. And it all starts with the Farrell's 10-week challenge. Now is the best time to enroll during the Black Friday sale. You can join the January 10-week challenge for half price. That's 10 weeks of kickboxing, strength training, and nutrition coaching for 50% off. Head to theticketfm.com and click on the banner on the homepage to enroll today. Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping at 40th and Yankee Hill and 70th and Vine.
Living life to its fullest is just a free consultation away. If you're living with symptoms that you can't shake, then bring your low energy, brain fog, belly fat, grumpiness, muscle loss, and low libido to Limitless Male. We have the expertise to get rid of your symptoms. This is what Limitless Male does all day, every day. You won't find another men's clinic like Limitless Male. We know what you're going through. We know how to fix it. Schedule a free consult at limitlessmale.com.
At Koppel Chevrolet GMC, we are thankful for so many things this year, starting with our great employees, a generous community, our military personnel, and most importantly, our loyal customer base that continues to drive that money-saving mile of Louisville. Hi, this is Sean Callahan, and on behalf of everybody at Koppel, we want to wish you a happy Thanksgiving and safe travels to wherever they may take you. Happy holidays from Koppel Chevrolet GMC.
Integrated Life Choices has been inspiring opportunities for individuals with disabilities for more than 15 years in Lincoln and across Nebraska by offering a number of services. From group homes to independent living resources and job training, you'll find the support that allows people to live fulfilling lives. They're also hiring. If you're looking for a rewarding career supporting people with developmental disabilities, you can check out open positions along with learning more about services at ilc.net. Integrated Life Choices.
This
I'm not on drugs. I'm not drunk.
is Early Break with Sip and Jay, brought to you by Gaina Trucking. Weekday mornings from 6 to 8 on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Well, we are fired up. Sip, you need to give a speech to the team after that last segment, I think.
That would be really odd. It'd be really odd. But, I mean, I think what you heard was
passion.
And some frustration. Passion. But yeah, this is, I mean, the thing I want to emphasize, Jake, is this is a good Nebraska team. I also want to emphasize this. What you want from your coaching staff, this new coaching staff is, Jake, what do you always ask a coaching staff to do? Maximize.
Yes.
Get all you can. There's some breakers
walking by.
Get all you can out of whatever team you have. I think if you lose 4 in a row to end the season, you haven't gotten all you can from this bunch.
I totally agree. I mean, there has not been a tough schedule in November. Michigan State was struggling.
No.
Maryland was struggling. Wisconsin had just lost to Northwestern 24-10 on their home field.
So now you could say, well, now wait a second. You said if they lose, you'd still feel like the program's going in the right directions. Yeah, you can have competing feelings, but I would say that if Nebraska loses, that you would today and doesn't go to a bowl game and finishes 5-7, that you have not, as a staff, maximized what this team was capable of.
Yep,
you win
I totally agree with you.
You win 2 to finish the season, beat Iowa, then win a bowl game. you're getting pretty close to maximizing, I think.
I agree with that. Well, guess what, Sip? Guess what? He's not here in person in studio.
Oh, no, he's on the line.
But he's on the phone line.
Oh, God.
We are joined on the phone by our co-host, Bill Busch. Bill, what's going on, Bill?
What's going on, fellas? How are we doing today?
Oh, it's a
Thanksgiving.
It's a pleasure to hear from you, Bill, this morning.
This is interesting.
Yeah, on the phone.
Bill the caller. You're calling in. How are you?
I texted in right away. I texted in today, Bill in Creighton.
I saw it. I think that's Bill
amazing.
Busch on the text. He's got a Utah number. Right? That makes sense to me.
That was amazing.
You ready? I'm going to fire up Bill's Thrills, Bill. Here we go.
Get ready.
Let's get this thing rolling. I'm going to play the intro. Here we go. Right now.
Some call him the most interesting man in the world.
That is setting up the morel mushroom bonanza.
Oh,
yeah.
this is gonna be bonanza.
Mushrooms grow better with thunder and lightning.
Others call him Coach. But to everyone else, he's Bill.
I want to get one of those military ab stimulators for us to wear during the show. You see, I sent you today.
It's time for Bill's Thrills on Early Break. Sponsored by Dirk, Scott, and Ty at Mid-Plains Advice.
That's right. Bill's Thrills is sponsored by Dirk, Scott, and Ty at Mid-Plains Advisors. The ATMs, the cash cows of Lincoln to make you lots of money for this holiday shopping time, Black Friday. Bill, the floor is yours on the phone. Bring it. This Freaky Friday.
Bring it.
We're going to talk a little FST.
Oh, I hope you
Hands
would.
down so far, my favorite part of the show was the positivity of Jeff, at Farrell's, and then he picked Iowa.
We could not believe that, Bill.
Picked Iowa. 12-10 Iowa.
He hates Iowa, and he picked them to win the game. Unbelievable.
It might be one of those things you do, like when you're like in junior high. You're like, I'm going to pick the other team. That way, if I'm wrong, I hope I'm wrong, type of deal. But that really cracked me up. Just I'm a big fan of Jeff and Farrell's, obviously. So great place there. You guys talked about the FS. We're going to open up with Iowa at Nebraska.
Okay.
And I heard that was a big segment there, which I agree. There's a couple things that go along with it.
Okay.
Whether they decide to storm or not is that it is generally a youth-based start, and I don't know what the crowd will be like, the student section. That is something that will be interesting when Nebraska wins. If that happens, also generally it has to be somewhat dramatic. If Nebraska has the game in hand, it's 23-6.
Mm-hmm.
In the fourth quarter. I don't see it that way, and I don't see a field storming. I think it might have to be someone. I know Sid talked about a walk-off field goal.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I think would help add to the dramatic part of the field storming. But I do think it is a possibility. I'll let the fans, decide whether or not it's just or not, or if you look stupid doing it on storming or not. But it will be interesting. The weather, I think, is one of the things that I don't know if I didn't hear you guys discuss it, and I think it's just huge.
Mm-hmm.
Just checked it a little bit ago. It's 21 degrees right now, and they're expecting gusts up to 22 miles an hour.
Mm.
Looks like the high it's going to get during the game is about 25. That means that the wind chill's about 0.
That's pleasant right
cold.
there.
That is cold.
That is cold. That's legitimate cold weather.
Yeah.
In one of these games, you really would love to get control of the game. That's for sure. And I made this note on there: hand size on the ball. And so for those handling the ball, man, you need big hands. That ball gets cold, it gets hard, it gets slick, and hand size really matters on those handling the ball in this weather. That ball's going to be tough to hold on to in this game.
I hear you.
Just because of how cold it's going to be. So it'll be interesting to see how they handle that. I've got Nebraska. I don't think it'll even be close. I got them double digits. I got them 14-3. I think it'll be a double-digit win for them.
Unders.
14-3 for Nebraska. Yes, okay. Ohio State at Michigan. I think Michigan storms just because of Harbaugh. I think they storm it, even though they're favorites. Everything. I could see Michigan storming just to prove it for Harbaugh, and so I think that would be one that can definitely happen.
Okay.
Alabama at Auburn. Highly, highly unlikely, but we all know that's a layup storm at that time. Arizona, number 15, at unranked Arizona State. That's a storming. Wisconsin at Minnesota. I believe they would storm, even though Wisconsin already has the bowl game wrapped up. Minnesota needs it for a bowl game. And right now, I can't imagine what that weather is up there. I cannot imagine what it is in Minnesota right now. This wind beat out of the north. It's going to be below zero probably with the wind chill.
Yeah.
So that'll be interesting to see how that plays out. Florida State at Florida. That will be in the swamp. They would storm to beat undefeated Florida State.
Yeah.
Georgia at Georgia Tech. What's it called? True hate.
Good old fashioned hate. Good old fashioned hate, I think is the name of that rivalry.
Good old fashioned hate. Like that. Again, highly unlikely. I like this one. I like Clemson at South Carolina. I could see South Carolina. They need it for a bowl win, if I'm correct. Clemson's kind of made a little bit of a comeback, and that is a real rivalry right there. That is really real rivalry. And then UNC at NC State, even though NC State is a ranked team and UNC is not, I think there's just such disdain for North Carolina from North Carolina State. They may be the ones that rush it. So I think that will be interesting. The other thing of interesting games will be UTSA at Tulane. That game's a big game. Tulane is still playing to get to the New Year's Six Bowl. They're still in line for that, and I think UTSA is a really, really good team. And then tonight you got Oregon State in the Civil War.
Oh God!
I think that's going to be that's going to be a fun game to watch. It's at Oregon, so I would think that's kind of how it goes. At that, I also think the points were 11.5. LSU over A&M, and I think LSU will beat them by like 30. I think LSU is going to do everything known to man to get Daniels the Heisman tomorrow night. I think they're going to turn him loose. They're the leading offense in the country, over 6,000 yards. And Iowa's like at 2,000 yards. They're over 4,000 yards ahead of Iowa.
That's not good.
Also, I think if I'm correct, let's just say that the offensive coordinator, Brian Ferentz, had not been let go.
Okay.
Because the let him, see if he could make his mark. They'd have to score, I think, 122 points today.
Oh God,
that's no big deal.
For him, he'd have to score 122 to make the 325.
It's not doable. It's not doable.
Very hard.
What do you think is going to happen?
Okay, I got a question for you. Specialty, you are. One of your specialties is special teams. How much of a concern is it of yours that Nebraska will be playing uphill all day, bad field position day, uphill? Is that how much does that weigh on your mind?
That's a great question, Seth. It's true. I don't know if they'll be playing uphill all day though. I know. I know Brian didn't punt great last game. I still have a lot of faith in Buschini.
Okay.
And so the way it looks to me, it's almost like to the point to where you almost have like 2 quarters to score, and that's when you're with the wind.
Okay.
It's like it's almost how it looks. It's almost like, okay, we got the wind. We got to try to do something. We're going into a 20-some mile-an-hour wind with that cold. It's going to be very difficult. Now, a couple of things that stand out with this game. Is that Iowa is not a pass rushing team. They're a stout front. They're not a great pass rushing team. Nebraska is much more dynamic in the front with a chance for pass rushers to be able to do that. To see how Nebraska plays Iowa's bootleg game will be very important. They're a big boot team, and they're going to look for some boot shots in this game, I would imagine. They're going to try to get some big plays somewhere down the field. So look for a few of those. So how Nebraska plays those. But Iowa's an extremely stout team, but not a great pass rush team. And then like Sid brought up the other day, they run the ball. They do run the ball, but not with much efficiency. Nebraska runs the ball much better. So if you look at it, overall, it's about a wash because you take Nebraska where they're ranked offensively, and they're going against the number 3 scoring team. Well, where Iowa's ranked and where Nebraska's ranked, so those are about a wash going against each other with where the offense is against the ranked defense. So it's about dead even. It's going to come down to the same thing we talk about every single week. Is like, does the ball get put on the ground?
Yeah,
that's going to be the key part to this. Is the ball get put on the ground
on a cold day
in this spot?
Yeah, on a cold day, you're right about that. That football's hard. It's hard.
It's going to be really, really tough. And I don't care how tough you are. I don't care what's going on. If all of a sudden things swing a little bit, that's where I think things swing a little bit for Nebraska in the right direction. Like that, it is tough to play in that weather. This is about as cold as I can remember this game being. You guys will remember colder ones, I'm sure. When you get a 20-some mile an hour wind and it's only 20 degrees, that's cold.
Yeah,
that is brutal cold, and so it does affect usually your fan base. It's hard, not because of attendance, but just the sheer volume of it. You wish you're in the north end zone, not the south. That's for sure. You like to have that wind at your back if you're a fan, base there. But that'll be a big part of it. What else do you see, Sip?
Well, I was thinking about that cold weather thing. I don't. There's never been a colder game I've been a part of than when Nebraska played at Iowa, Jake, and I think it was 2014. It was like
13, 2012.
2012.
It was horrible.
It was 13 below.
It was awful.
Yeah, it was.
Nebraska won 13-7. It was a horrible.
But no, I think you covered it, Bill. They should be able to get to Deacon Hill. And you're right. Nebraska does have a more dynamic pass rush. I don't know, Bill. I just can. The big question in my mind: can they close out a close game and get over the hump? I think that's the big question. That's the big question in my mind. Maybe though, you're right. Maybe you're right that it's not a close game. That it's not at there's no drama at the end. That Nebraska just kind of wins it in the third quarter and it's a foregone conclusion. I hope that's the case.
I don't see it. It is crazy when you look at it. They're 9-2. They've won the Big Ten West, and Nebraska's lost 3 in a row to teams that should have. I think we all agree should have beaten. Should have beaten all 3 in a row. Yet Nebraska's 3-point favorites.
Really odd.
And so that's
it's an oddity.
Unusual. I also think that there has to be. The human factor comes in at some point in time. No matter what happens when Iowa leaves here, they're going to the Big Ten championship.
No matter what. Yeah.
No matter what. So, what is it when if you're down 10 in the third quarter? Is it full on effort, insane to get it done? I think this is probably as big a coaching game as there is out of all the games that are being played the next 2 days. This is probably the biggest coaching game of trying to get your guys ready to play on Iowa and Nebraska. Those two staffs right now, you'll see, how their staffs got themselves ready to go and ready to play in this game to see how they come out and able to go. I would have a really hard pushback just from knowing, people about the history of Iowa, that they come in just kind of laissez-faire, just kind of, whatever.
No, they don't do that, do they?
They don't.
I just don't see that. Now, can that change if all of a sudden the score is 17-3 in the start of the fourth? Is it the same fire at that point in time if Nebraska's up by 14 on them to be able to get that done? That's the one I think. But as it starts out with, it'll be Kirk Ferenz will have his team ready to play.
Yeah. Bill,
ready to start.
We hope you enjoy the game, Bill, wherever you're watching from. We'll see you on Monday. Thank you for the time, and we will chat with you after the weekend.
Awesome. Have a great time.
Thank you, Bill. Hey, thanks for taking time.
Busch chiming in.
That was good. He made the coach, the old coach, not that old, but he makes a good point about that cold and how it affects how people handle the ball.
Well, that's it for early break. But before we go, you got to get to. You're missing the pregame show.
Yeah.
Do you have an official prediction for Nebraska? Nebraska.
I was hoping you wouldn't do that.
You have to. Nebraska, Iowa. Official.
I can't pick
here.
Nebraska because I can't. They haven't proved it to me this year. Not recently. And Iowa being Iowa, 12-10 Iowa.
So does
Jeff.
Had the same score.
I think I actually predicted in our publication Husker Online 13-10, but somewhere in that area.
Nebraska's going to win today.
Surprise me, Nebraska. Surprise me, and then we'll have a fun Monday.
How about this 13-10 Nebraska?
God bless you, Jake.
Score.
God bless you.
That's it for early break. The A1 Automotive pregame show is next on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
You're listening to Early Break with Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Bill Busch on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Gaina Trucking